Kota Kinabalu International Airport is an international airport in Kota Kinabalu, the state capital of Sabah, Malaysia. It is located approximately 8 kilometers southwest of the city center. In 2013, 6.9 million passengers passed through the airport, making it the second busiest airport in Malaysia after Kuala Lumpur International Airport. The airport serves the city of Kota Kinabalu as well as the entire west coast of Sabah. History. The airport first began as a military airfield built by the Imperial Japanese Army during World War II. It was then known as Jesselton Airfield. Towards the end of the war, it suffered severe bombings by Allied forces until the surrender of the Japanese Army in 1945. After the war, the Department of Civil Aviation of North Borneo took charge of the operations and maintenance of the airport. In 1957, the original grass strip runway was resurfaced with bitumen material and a new terminal was built. By 1959, the runway had been extended to 1,593 meters to enable the operation of Malayan Airways turboprop Viscount aircraft. In 1963, the runway was further reinforced and lengthened to 1,921 meters to cater for Comet 4 jet operations. Commercial flights and passenger arrivals gradually increased and a larger terminal building was needed. By 1967, Cathay Pacific Airways had begun operating a twice-weekly Convair 880 jet service between the airport and Hong Kong with an intermediate stop in Manila. In 1969, a British consultancy firm was appointed to formulate a master plan for a phased and organized development of KKIA from 1970 until 2000 and beyond. The master plan was submitted to the government with the following recommendations: to reinforce and expand the runway distance to 2,987 meters long to cater for Boeing 707 and 747 jet operations, to build a new terminal complex and parallel taxiway which connects to the runway, to provide navigation equipment, communication facilities and a modern light system for the runway. In the 1970s and 1980s, a new terminal building was built on the other side of the runway. Almost all commercial flights were shifted to this newer and larger terminal. From then on until recently, the original terminal was known as Airport Lama. In 1992, the DCA of Sabah was corporatized, and Malaysia Airports Holdings Berhad took over the management and operations of the airport. A further expansion project for both terminals began in 2006, and in January 2007 the original terminal was rebranded Terminal 2, whilst the newer terminal became known as Terminal 1. Terminal 2 was closed on the 1st of December 2015, with all airlines moving to Terminal 1. Terminal 2 would be converted for cargo operations as well as general aviation, expansion and renovation. In mid-2005, the Malaysian federal government approved major renovation and refurbishment works to the main terminal as well as a runway expansion project worth around 1.4 billion. The project saw the runway extended from 2,988 meters to 3,780 meters and the size of the main terminal increased from 34,000 square meters to 87,000 square meters. Terminal 1 can accommodate 4 Boeing 747s, 1 Airbus A330, 7 Boeing 737s, 3 Fokker 50s and 3 Dorniers at any given time. It has 12 jetways for passenger use. The air traffic control tower, which had hitherto been attached to Terminal 1, was demolished and replaced by a standalone tower. Due to delays in upgrade works and disputes between the Department of Civil Aviation of Malaysia and the contractor responsible for the project, The runway extension and upgrading of the ILS was delayed to Q1 2014. As a result of this expansion, the airport is now able to accommodate the world's largest passenger aircraft, the Airbus A380. It has also become the second largest airport in Malaysia, with an annual capacity of 12 million passengers, 9 million for Terminal 1 and 3 million for Terminal 2. Generally, flights operating into and out of KKI are generally serviced by narrow-body aircraft. However, during school holiday seasons, airlines such as Dragonair and Malaysia Airlines may upgrade the flights to wide-body aircraft such as the Airbus A330-300 and the Boeing 777-200. Additionally, KKIA was the first airport in Malaysia to welcome the Boeing 787 Dreamliner, operated by Royal Brunei during several product introductory flights in November 2013. Terminals. Terminal 1 is the newer and the main terminal of KKIA. It can be accessed via Jalan Kepayan, Jalan Lintas and Jalan Putatin. The terminal is capable of handling 9 million passengers per annum and is equipped with the following facilities: 64 check-in counters for international and domestic flights, 2 baggage X-ray check-in machines and 5 hand luggage X-ray machines, 36 immigration counters, 6 baggage carousels, 3 floors, 9 aero bridges, 17 aircraft parking bays capable of accommodating wide and narrow-body aircraft, 1,400 car parking bays. The departure hall column head design is inspired by the Wakid basket design, a Wakid bulls in Sabahan tradition, a symbol of preparing for a meaningful journey. Some ethnic patterns of the Rungus and Bajitsu ethnic groups are also incorporated into the design of the floor tiles. The floor size at level 1 is 24,128 square meters, level 2 is 18,511.4 square meters and level 3 is 22,339 square meters, providing sufficient space for all passengers. The first flight to depart at the new wing was MH2637 to Kuala Lumpur at 0650 hours, while the last flight at the old wing was at 0025 hours. Malaysia Airlines is the main operating airline in this terminal. Terminal 2 was the original terminal building of the airport when it was first built. It is accessed via Jalan Mat Salleh in Tanjung Aru and is located on the other side of the runway from Terminal 1. Terminal 2 served charter and low-cost carriers, the main airline utilizing the terminal being AirAsia. In 2006, Terminal 2 underwent a major renovation and extension to accommodate low-cost carriers, reopening on the 1st of January 2007 in conjunction with Visit Malaysia Year 2007. The works were completed 27 months ahead of schedule. It had 26 check-in counters for domestic and international flights and 6 parking bays for B737 and A320 aircraft, as well as 7 luggage X-ray machines, a VIP room and 13 immigration counters. The terminal had the capacity to handle 3 million passengers annually. However, with limited expansion space and the congestion at Terminal 2, as well as to consolidate all airlines operations in one terminal, airlines at Terminal 2 was ordered to move to Terminal 1. The decision was opposed by AirAsia, and the airline refused to move despite a government directive to do so, missing the deadline 5 times as of the 1st of August 2015. The issue was resolved when AirAsia agreed to move to Terminal 1 on the 1st of December 2015, and Terminal 2 was closed at midnight that day. The terminal will be converted for cargo and general aviation use. Airlines and destinations, traffic and statistics. Traffic statistics, incidents and accidents. The 6th of June 1976, a chartered Sabah Air aircraft carrying several government ministers crashed in nearby Sembilan upon descending towards the airport, killing 11 passengers including the then Chief Minister of Sabah Tun Fuad Stevens. The crash became known as the 66 tragedy. The 6th of September 1991, an executive jet with 10 Americans and 2 Britons on board crashed into the jungle near Hulu Kamanis, Papua, about 50 kilometers from Kota Kinabalu. The 16th of November 1991, 3 policemen perished after their 11-seater Pilatus Porter Royal Malaysian Police aircraft crashed at KKIA. The 18th of September 1993, a 13.5 square meter depression occurred at the edge of the runway, necessitating the airport's closure for 70 minutes. The 18th of July 2003, Dragonair Flight 60 from Hong Kong, operated by an Airbus A330-342, encountered severe turbulence associated with Tropical Depression Kony whilst flying over the South China Sea. 12 crew members and 3 passengers were injured. Of these, 2 crew members sustained serious injuries. The aircraft eventually landed safely at Hong Kong International Airport. The 8th of November 2004, AirAsia Flight 104, operated by a Boeing 737-300 carrying 111 passengers and 5 crew, skidded while landing at KKIA. 3 passengers, a 5-year-old girl and 2 women, were injured while evacuating from the plane. They received outpatient treatment at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital in Kota Kinabalu. The 14th of December 2005, KKIA was closed for a few hours after an AirAsia plane burst a tire on landing. There were no injuries in the 10:30 p.m. incident. The 25th of October 2012, the airport was closed due to malfunctioning runway lights, forcing the rescheduling and cancellation of several flights. The 10th of October 2013, a Masswings Twin Otter aircraft flying from Kota Kinabalu to Kudat with 16 persons on board crashed into a house at Kampung Sinsan, less than 200 meters from Kudat Airport. The aircraft crashed after veering off the runway while making a second attempt to land at the airstrip in windy conditions. The co-pilot Mark Joel Banch and passenger Tan Archai were killed while 14 others survived the crash. Gallery